Hi, good morning. How is everybody doing? Oh wait, I want to use this one. God, my hair looks like a mess. Well, I guess that's what happens when you wake up early and you didn't get enough sleep and all that fun stuff. Good morning, fellas. 3D model, what in the name of Jiminy Christmas are you talking about? Um, Johann, it's never too late nor that early. He arrives precisely when he means to. Yeah, so I released I put out this new thing. Where is it? This new thing here. So that way you guys we give people some time to come in before I start streaming right away. I actually did it initially just so I could, eat something, but I didn't even get a chance to do that. Anywho, what's the time now? For me, it's 8:39 a.m. It is quite early. 3D model, what are you talking about? Are you like a bot or something? Anywho, anywho, a few things before we start. A few things before we start. So I'm gonna go to my notifications on Twitter. I just want to show you guys something really quick. So initially, this was just going to be a stream about chapter 377, and I'm still gonna focus mainly on that. But Reiji said this on Twitter for the new Shiunji episode. I'm gonna pause this just so the thing doesn't kill me. Um, he says, "I'm very happy that you have produced such a special episode with such special footage. I look forward to watching the next episode." Um, this is kind of big from Reiji. I don't think I've ever seen him compliment Rent a Girlfriend's anime like this, like literally ever. So I think today I want to watch the Shiunji family episode later. Not now. We're gonna focus on the main thing today. I just wanted to share this really quick, because this feels very special. When I saw the previews for this episode, it felt very special. So later in the stream, after we read the chapter, after we did our analysis and all that fun stuff, then I'm going to watch the Shiunji family episode in a similar format to the format that we did before. I roughly know what happens in this, but I haven't actually read the manga proper, so I'm a little like I know what happens, but I don't know the exact details. Still, from the previews I saw, it looked really good. Anyways, back to the chapter. Back to the chapter. Oh, I gotta adjust this. Here we go. There we go. That's properly adjusted. Okay. All right. Let's go. I'm here. Welcome, Mr. Westcott. Welcome. Let's buy the chapter and let us beg. Hi, Minnie. Hi, Minnie. I guess. Wait, she's a maid. How interesting. Very nice. Yes, nice. Those two are from the same college. Are on a date today. Wow, really? Are they your classmates? They're 1 year ahead. One of them took a gap year, so he's 2 years older. Is she cute? She's super duper cute. She's built different. It'd be hard to find anyone nearly as cute as you, Koro-chan. That wig looks great on you. No, that's not true. Not true at all. She's the embodiment of cuteness. But thank you. Much love. Do you think that do you sorry, I'm kind of not feeling the voice acting today, but I got this. I'm gonna do it. What kind of voice should I give him? Do you think the two are gonna get along well? Actually, they're not a couple yet, right? I don't know. I don't know yet. They've already gone on tons of dates and kissed at least 3 times. She now, yeah. Going by the facts alone, she still says that she doesn't know how she feels, even after living together for a month. What? Seriously? I mean, Oh my god, Minnie with short hair is the cutest shit. Holy fuck. Yo. And to grab a tissue. Damn, Minnie looks cute as fuck. So, why are we getting full page Minnie now? Is she going to be more important in the future? No, this is setup. This is setup. Minnie has been at the core of their relationship this entire time. She's been present for a lot of these big moments. She's kind of been the shifter. So this is actually set up for the finale. She's setting up the big stage. Like, have you ever seen a play where someone comes in and they literally like tell you or literally set up the stage, like to tell you how things are going to play out to some degree, or maybe question it, raise the questions for you, make me think a little bit. That's kind of what Minnie is right now. We're seeing her life, what she's currently doing, how she's off doing her own thing right now, but how even that how she's thinking about them right now, how she has no influence, but she's thinking about it. I just hope it goes well. It doesn't feel very eventful. These words. These words. Ooh, I'm gonna check out my headset. Kara-chan, would you mind looking into the camera? Sorry. Oh, I know. He was being very straight. Damn. Rating 377, my girlfriend in love 26. Yeah, it's really funny. I knew this was going to happen. Chizer's going to react funny to see this. You saw it in the thumbnail because this spot is the spot Sumi took Kazuya and it's a kissing spot. Wow, there it is. The Statue of Liberty. Yep, they have a replica of the Statue of Liberty here. Statue about freedom. And like literally this is about the characters achieving their freedom. This might be the first time seeing it up close, even though I've been to Odaiba many times. Really? I must have fooled myself into thinking I've seen all this before. It's a little bigger than I thought. It's like she's experiencing the same world anew because she's with him. It's only been 5 minutes, and she's saying something so nice. Oh yeah, Reiji did it again. Reiji did it again. He skipped. He skipped the walk to the destination. Rather, he used Minnie as setup. He's done this twice now. What if Curry and Minnie get together? I'm not gonna debate that right now. We're not. That's not the focus right now. Um. Uh, yeah. No. The setup and the construction of the chapter is fascinating. The last part of my date plan has finally started. Okay, if Minnie did not set the tone, Kazuya said it very clearly. The last part of the date plan has finally started. We will either see an unexpected twist in the end, or it will truly end here. With that said, let's continue. The nighttime beach in Odaiba. The beach is over here. The beach is over there. Shall we go? Yeah. The last destination for today's date. Okay, we got it, bud. Crap, I might have had too much to drink. I was trying to cut back. Mizuhara can handle her booze. Whoa, do you see that girl? Yeah, damn. I can tell she's a total babe, even in the dark. Want to chat her up? Nah, I'd be too nervous. She was glowing. I bet she's got a boyfriend. Kazuya, literally walking with her, does not get acknowledged. Still. Ah, there it is. We haven't seen these in a while. So this is important. Kazuya does this because of their commentary. Even though he's been on with her this entire time, it's because the reason this happens. So this is one of those cases where you guys remember our last stream where the person would say, "Oh, this serves no purpose. It's just Reiji drawing up the pages." No, this does serve a purpose. Very simple. You're looking at this from Kazuya's perspective, and so what happens here? Kazuya literally like doubling down on the fact that this is the last destination for today's date. Minnie sets up in the very beginning of the chapter, hey, they've kissed, they've done all this stuff. It doesn't seem that eventful. I really hope it goes well. Okay, hope is kind of the core setup here, right? They've set up this idea of hope, of things going well, of being hopeful, of looking forward to something, of wanting to dream. Okay. So naturally, when that Kazuya being a little drunk and these guys come in, what happens? His desires resurface, his feelings resurface. So naturally, he goes into this thing he often does. Mizuhara's on another level. She stands out here in the city, unrivaled under the moonlight. Okay, so she's like a goddess in the moonlight. She's so stunning, even the trendiness girl would run away in shame. Damn. Okay, see how he's hyping her up now? It feels like he's hyping her up. It's not just the usual comments. Her figure is so radiant and divine, not even the playboys on YouTube would dare try to approach her, right? So this falls in line with Minnie as well now. She is like Minnie was literally saying Chizuru is cuter than me. Chizuru is like top tier cuter than me. She's fucking crazy. And Kazuya is now re-echoing her words. These words don't simply just exist to compliment Chizuru. No, she literally stands out. And I think it's fascinating that Chizuru's eyes are closed, and yet she's smiling and happy. She doesn't see that how she's glowing. She's literally glowing, right? The way Reiji highlights her, she's literally glowing in the page. Brilliant work by Reiji. Next time, I'd like to go to a private beach. Next for sure. We'll go out as a couple. Stupid me. I drank too much, right? And it's interesting how the way he hypes her up is a little different when he's drunk. Let's see. Are we getting a full page? Okay, setting up. It's important. Those words remind us of the classic trope. I sure hope nothing bad happens and something bad happens. Except this is in reverse. This is in reverse. This feels like that. Minnie literally said things aren't eventful. I hope things go well. It's the reverse. She's like, okay, I hope they actually end up going well already. Come on, something big happened already. It's a self awareness by Reiji in the writing that he's constructing. Freedom is something that's connected to mommy. I feel like we're gonna get her POV next chapter. Not next chap. You read this chapter already. It's better not be spoilers. Because I know the Statue of Liberty is relevant to mommy's character. So that better not be spoilers, 3D model. No knows how to do a true story. Reiki M. Oh, do you mean Reiji Michi? Man, that's how to do it. Okay. I'm glad the weather cleared up. Huh? Oh, that's Chizuru. I'm glad the weather cleared up. Yeah, definitely. Wait, why am I so far away? She almost, she almost got hit on. Oh, he was just far enough. Yeah, he walked just far enough behind that it feels like he wasn't with her. Chizuru's face. Damn, she can handle her alcohol. Kazuya is like drunk and she's just going. Ah, geez, where do you think you're touching? Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Gah! I've got to be careful with my choice of words, depending on what I say. Wait, um, she might think I'm a creep who dragged her to a romantic place just to try and just to try and get her in the mood by making her drink. That's funny. 0 points. Incredible. Yeah. Ooh, the way she turns away. That made Chizuru feel uncomfortable. Not Kazuya's actions, the scenario. She's not very good at handling this stuff because she's never done it herself. So naturally, she is uncomfortable about it. Damn it. This is so awkward. No. Anyway, we've got to move. Let's go over there. There. Right over there. Let's go. There's fewer people. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. The direct reference to Sumi. That's so cool. And the Kazuya from then and the Sumi from then don't have faces. They've faded into the past. They're not who they are anymore. I can't do a single thing to help. That takes me back. At that point, or actually much longer before that point, I had feelings for Mizuhara. Don't we have something to talk about? Something that we need to talk about? How long has it been since I fell in love with her? A year and a half? No, 2 years? Now we're even on a private date. Wow, this is amazing. This is like $1 million nighttime view. Helicopter anyone much? We started off as just a rental girlfriend and a client, but a lot's happened since then. I might be finding out how it ends right after this. God, thinking about it like that makes me super nervous. Whoa, I love the wind. Look at how his jacket is swaying. Look at how they're moving. That's so cool. This is a very underrated panel. The way he's slowly walking to her. This shit is filmed like a movie. Peak or presented like a movie. We can take it easy here. No one's around. Aside from the couples making out. Still, this is a really romantic place. Thank you, Sumi-chan. Gah, but what now? Is Mizuhara enjoying the night view? I like how he goes from relaxed and just kind of vibing because that's how the environment evokes that from you. And yet he has whiplash and he wants to talk now. I think that's so fascinating how the literal atmosphere is calming him down when the intention was for it to help Chizuru calm down. It's really interesting. It's really pretty. Yeah. How am I supposed to make this into a how am I supposed to make this into a more serious conversation? She's been really quiet after what happened earlier. It doesn't feel like the right time. Is it still awkward? I guess when push comes to shove, I might have to tell her my feelings. That makes the most sense, right? I bet she's worried about how to try to break the ice too. It'd be nice to It'd be the nice thing for me to do. But what do I say? It's super important how I tell her. Duh, I've got to calm down. It's only 9 o'clock. Mizora's the one who says she'd give me an answer. There's still plenty of time. The beach still has lots of space. We can take a stroll on the coast and figure out by the time we get to the other side. How about we head over there? Damn it, I should have drunk more alcohol. I don't have the courage. Want to head back to the hotel? Yeah. That was when I realized something. Wait, the cheer up date? Is that you? We haven't held hands all day. There it is. The teaser for this chapter is hand. And then in that moment, you feel the disconnect. You feel the true lack of connection that has been present this entire date, that you have not actually physically touched each other. Wow. They haven't held hands yet. I guess the closer you are, the less you do it, because you're connected in your hearts. Still, that didn't mean still, that didn't mean I won Mizuhara over, or that the date was a success. But that was enough to make me feel really happy. Oh, he looked back at Umi. I had never thought I'd be so happy not to hold hands with her. I felt pretty dumb about it all, but I let it sink in for all but 2 seconds. Huh? Wait, a second. Oh my god. She actually grabbed his hand. Oh my god, the scenery. Stop. This is so big. I want to talk right here. That's where it fucking ends. 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 Wow, this chapter is fucking insane. The details on Reishi can draw hands, bro. You don't understand how hard it is to draw hands. Reishi can draw hands. Bro, that looks like. No, Kazi has shorter fingers than me. I have longer fingers. Reishi never fails to leave us hang. That was the cliffhanger of cliffhangers. I love the callbacks. I love Minnie. This is like the perfect build-up chapter. And the way Chizuru's hand just sneaks in and grabs his, stops him from leaving. She stops him from leaving, right? The this is a callback to so many different things. This is a callback to the beach arc. This is a callback to the cheer update. This is a callback to even the last rental date they went on, right? And the thing I really want to point out about this last shot, how she is hidden in shadow and he is illuminated in light. The roles of the cheer update have been reversed, and I think it's really important to point out Chizuru went from being here to now being here. She literally walked into his territory. She changed her position so that she could reach for him, so that he wouldn't leave or walk away. This is the twist Minnie was talking about. This is what the beginning of the chapter was hyping up. It has not been eventful. I hope something big happens. Big, like it was literally telling you again what I said to you, 3D model, what I said earlier. It's the reverse of what you said. It is the reverse of what you said. That no, we're gonna flip the script now. It's gonna be like, okay, I hope something positive happens instead of I hope nothing negative happens, and something positive does happen, right? And it's so fascinating, the reversal of events and how Kazuya is happy. Like in a story, this would make you sad. Usually in a traditional story, not holding hands with someone would make you sad. And yet here, Kazuya is thinking to himself, wow, I'm happy we didn't hold hands. I'm happy we didn't physically connect. And instead we connected through words, we connected through other ways, and but it's about that moment, looking back at that moment, how back then when she was with Umi, she never held his hand, she never physically got close to him. Still, that didn't mean I won Mizuhara over or that date was a success, but that was enough to make me feel really happy that she had not held hands with someone else, right? That holding hands was this fake gesture and that there was actually more meaning to it. And it takes this trope of anime characters overreacting to hand holding and being kind of like, ooh, hand holding is like akin to sex and all that stupid crap you would hear, and making it like something really meaningful, real emphasis on the hand. I'm so glad I made the thumbnail literally every character either waving or just like doing this with their hand or something. I'm so glad I committed to that. Oh my god, yeah. It takes this trope of characters holding hands or yeah, like just in general that, and gives it so much more meaning and weight. It's a true subversion of the trope, a true reversal of this stupid writing trope you've seen so many times in romance anime and romance manga, and really gives it a meaning, with Reishi truly giving emphasis to the hand, and then Chizuru's hand reaching and grabbing his anyway, not just symbolically changing the events, um, but then also reversing the events, which is are actually grabbing his hand. And I want you to notice, if we go back throughout the date, what happened consistently throughout the date is that they would bump into each other. They would wonder if they should share an umbrella, get physically close. Then when they were inside the what is it? When they were inside the well, actually, though, there's more. There was Kazuya wanting to get closer to Chizuru as they walked. There was Chizuru also, when they went into the haunted house, Chizuru grabbed his shoulder. She wanted to be physically close to him for safety. And then now we're literally holding hands, right? It's they're physically getting closer and closer and closer with each chapter. Isn't that super interesting, right? Um, so there's a lot of layers here. I think this is so fascinating. Wow, Reishi really, really cooked. Very anticlimactic ending. Can't wait for chapter next Tuesday. Well, to me, this is not anticlimactic. What the fuck's wrong with you? What the fuck are you talking about? This shit ain't anticlimactic. The hell? This is like pure climacticalism. Let's go. Chizuru hand holding Kazuya suddenly is a callback to her tugging her jacket at the hospital. Uh, and tugging no, not tugging his jacket in the hospital, tugging at his jacket when they were in the haunted house. You and I, Minnie, you and I. So hyped for the next chapter of the last week of May. Oh wow, it is the last week of May, and oh my shit. June 1st is Kazuya's birthday. June 1st is Kazuya's birthday. Is this gonna be like the ultimate birthday present? God damn, Reiji. Yo, Reiji is setting up insanely hard. If you ever make an anime out of this arc, the date will make up a whole season, lol. That'd be awesome, actually. I ain't complaining. I did hope for something to happen, and it did. This is chapter 307. Did you say lucky sevens is lucky? Did you say like sevens are is lucky? Well, seven is a lucky number, and so is three. This has been kind of Kazuya's arc ever since we got into the 300s. So 377 is a lucky number, but interestingly, there's actually hidden meaning in the numbering that I'll point out to you guys. So this is my girlfriend in love 26. Six is a boring number. Six is considered a boring number. So there's Minnie saying things aren't eventful, things appearing boring at first, and then there's a twist in the end that is exciting. Fits in line with the numbering of the chapter. 26 is a boring number because it's two, and then the six. Three is a lucky number, and it's Kazuya's number. Seven, seven, double sevens. And then Kazuya is literally liberated in the end of the chapter through Chizuru reaching out for him. Right? He's literally finding like self awareness in this state and almost waking up. And literally, and it's so fascinating. It's happening in the night. Right? The nighttime is the time. So, okay, I think it's unbelievably fitting that this is happening at nighttime for a few simple reasons. One, nighttime is the time of dreams. It is literally the time to for Kazi as a character because in a lot of ways for him it's the time where like the stars are out in the sky, you can dream, you can believe in things. Interestingly, a lot of Kazuya's big transformations as a character have happened at night because the day is his time. The day is his time. The day is when he is himself. So the nighttime being Kazuya's world and us literally starting with the bridge, the literal. So what do bridges symbolize? What is a bridge? What does a bridge do? It connects two separate things. Hi, Fate. How are you doing? Hey, Crumpy. I'll send you the thing shortly. Crumpy. Welcome to the chat. So, okay, what does the bridge do? What does the bridge do? A bridge is a thing that connects two things. Okay, connects two edges, right? It allows people to cross across. What does Chizuru do in this chapter? She reaches out for him. She connects physically, right? A literal connection of hands, like a bridge, right? That's something Reiji has built as a motif for this entire arc. Let me just show you very briefly. Chapter 351 is the chapter before this arc starts. If it'll open, please and thanks. Thank you, appreciate it. Chapter, yeah, okay. So where is it? Let me pull it up. KanojoOkrashimasu. Wait, oh god, wrong one. Kanojo 2. Long story. I'll tell you later. Okay. P.S. I named this JPEG Cinema. It's literally called Cinema because it literally looks like cinema. What do you see in the background? What do you see in the background? The first thing we see before the arc starts. This is chapter 351. It literally says the day before. What do we see behind Chizuru? Dawn or twilight, and this is the Odaiba Rainbow Bridge. the theme is literally about connection, right? It's literally about that. You also see the word kiss. They go to a famous kissing spot, and then it says Aqua City X Kiss. Aqua City is like the what the mall is called, I believe, and Kiss is it's a fashion store, I believe. And this is the two together. So like Reishi sets up these very particular things and frames it like it's cinema, like a film. And what did I say while we were going through this chapter? It feels cinematic. It feels like an actual it feels like you're watching a film. The structure, the presentation. Dude, if the anime could present this half as well as like the manga is presenting it, like give it the same oh my god, what's going on? What's going on? It says the quality of the stream dropped. Why? Like the manga is presenting it, like give it the same oh what's my god, going on what's with the stream? On? Why did the quality drop? What's going on? It says the quality of the stream dropped. Eh, there we go. Got to make sure I'm not echoing. Yeah. So there's a lot going on here. Do you think Kazuya making the deduction that not holding hands initially means she's taking the date seriously rather than rental in which she holds hands out of obligation is logical? Yes, it is a very logical assumption to make. It makes perfect sense. That is a very logical assumption to make. It's literal. If anything, Bawa, are you Boa Hancock? If anything, Boa, the point of that is to actually be the culmination of that thought process. Throughout the day, throughout most of this day, Kazuya has constantly had such a similar thought process of she's taking this date seriously. It's not rental. She's taking this date seriously. Chizuru says it multiple times. Them not holding hands is the ultimate culmination of that because not only does it come full circle to Kazuya seeing Umi and Chizuru in the past and them not holding hands and thinking, oh, they're connected, emotionally, which ends up being a reversal of how he felt right here in this moment, which is super fitting because what I mean by that is that Kazuya thinking, oh, they're connected emotionally. They don't need to hold hands, but then here they are connected emotionally and now physically, right? So it literally it literally completes the thought he had of her and Umi, except now it's with him, not with Umi. He's no longer an outsider. He is literally in this world with her, and she drags him back into that world. Welcome, welcome, Red. So yes, that is the thematic purpose of that. And then there's the other meaning, which is I'm losing track of my thoughts. Oh no, not good, not good. What's the other meaning of her holding his hand? Um, I lost my train of thought. Damn it. Yeah, I guess the other meaning is to that whole rental thing that I was explaining earlier. It comes full circle to that idea of rental and literally subverts rental as a concept. Except Kazuya, interestingly, wasn't thinking about the rental thing. And now that I think about it, Kazuya was not thinking about the rental thing. This, if anything, goes past that, goes further than that, really kind of completes it, I would argue. And I think that's super fitting. I also think Reggie redrew this of Kazuya. I could be wrong though. But yes, this completes that thought without actually nodding to it whatsoever. Reiji did a lot in this chapter. There's a lot to break down and talk about. Uh, Maybe the fact that they're talking near an ocean is meant to highlight that the conversation will start a new chapter in their lives because oceans and rain both have something to do with water. And what is in Chizuru's name? Both Mizuhara and Ichinose. Ichinose doesn't directly say the word river or water. The words are ichi, one, no, a connecting phrase, and se, a riptide or a flowing current, which nods to water. In particular, it's supposed to, if you look up the meaning of Chizuru's name and like where Reiji specifically referenced it, it means it's referring to a current in a river, which matches perfectly with Kazuya, which is a tree, a peace and harmony shared under the tree. That is the meaning of Kazuya's name. So those two things fall together perfectly. Mizuhara, in contrast, is Mizuhara. Mizu means water, but in particular, Mizu is a type of word you use for water that's adaptable. Again, I'm gonna call back to Demon Slayer. I've been doing that a lot recently. The Mizu no Kyoku, the water form in Demon Slayer, is considered the best form to start with because it is the most adaptable. And if you noticed, almost all of their moves are consistently different. They have different forms and where they take place, and like what kind of water they are. And it's because that's the word for water that's the most adaptable. It's also the one they use for drinking water for some reason. But Mizu is like the most adaptable term for water because it can be any form of water. So Chizuru having that last name, that connection to water, in Mizuhara is very important because it falls in line with her adaptability as an actress in that role. So that's something I also wanted to point out. So yes, water is very relevant here, and Kazuya likes marine life. In terms of the meaning of the ocean is both meant to kind of represent in literature. The ocean oftentimes represents freedom, and yet in that freedom, something kind of destructive because the ocean is large and expansive, and it can be both a good thing and a bad thing. And this is why most of the times, whenever the characters go to the ocean, when they're not like protected or safe, something bad happens, but then something good also happens. As for the rain in Japan, there's a phrase for rain that goes something along the lines like this: when after it rains, the ground hardens, which basically is something similar to after you cry and you suffer and you let it all out, you actually get stronger. Something good happens. So that's the phrase some Japanese fans have told me might be relevant here, and it's just something I really wanted to point out that I think will probably be relevant in this time. So yes, there is some meaning. There's some meaning to all of this. Sorry, I had to restart this thing just to make sure. Ring will come back at some point. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. The ring is very much going to be relevant here. There is still a lot of conflict to resolve. There's still a lot of conflict to resolve. I also wanted to point out, is this like the second chapter in a row where we did not have a cover page? Did we have a cover page last chapter? Or am I crazy? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. It almost feels like every other chapter we don't have a cover page. Do we have a cover page for this one? Yes, we did. Okay, no, not every other chapter. Just occasionally, when the chapter is serious, we don't have a cover page. So yeah, okay, let's go deliver these to my friendo. Son of a mother. Okay, I gotta sign in now. Translate English. Log in. Probably should be on that. There we go. Just look at Final Fantasy. Great. Had to go and forget the damn password. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Crumpy, I'm gonna be sending you those images shortly. Okay. Twitter. I bet there's nothing going on here, but I'll send it anyway. All right. would you please let me send things in peace? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Um, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry, just had to send a few things to my friend who does the Japanese translations for me. Go with the flow. Adaptability is actually a really important part of improv, which is essential stage acting. Yes, and I is a common phrase in the guidance for improv comedy. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What- I ain't. I'm not here doing improv or anything. I'm just talking out of my ass. Anywho, so let's see. Let's go through the chapter. Let's listen to Minnie's phrase. Very nice. Yes, nice. Taking pictures of Minnie. Are those two from the same college are on a date today, right? Wow, really? Are they your classmates? They're 1 year ahead. One of them took a gap year, so he's 2 years older. Okay. Is she cute? She's super duper cute. She's built different. It'd be hard to find anyone nearly as cute as you, Koro-chan. No, that's not true. Not at all. She's the embodiment of cuteness. Kazuya echoes these words in this chapter. But thank you. Much love. Do you think the two are going to get along well? I don't know yet. Just I don't know. They've already gone on tons of dates and kissed at least 3 times, right? So it creates this setup of making you look back and think. She still says that she doesn't know how she feels even after living together for a month. I love how Minnie is still posing while saying this. What? Seriously? I mean, I just hope it goes well. It doesn't feel very eventful. Karo-chan, would you mind looking into the camera? Ah, sorry. Right. So it ends with Minnie not looking and messing up, missing the cute, beautiful bridge in front of her, matching how Kazuya is not looking at Chizuru and looking at his hand and kind of missing Chizuru in the process, and she has to pull him back, almost like Kazuya was leaving in some ways, like mentally leaving somewhere, not just physically leaving, and she pulls him back, and I think that's so interesting. Won't you get a copyright for this? What? Reading the chapter? No. Kodansha is like mad chill. When it comes to reading the chapters, I don't know why they're mad chill. They don't care, right? The things you do get copyright, like okay, if this I even see creators like reading Bleach live and reading like other manga live. Reading manga does not get you copyrights. I'm not sure why, which is really funny because if you scantalize, which is like make scans for the manga that doesn't have one, they might copyright you. It's the strangest thing. There's no real consistency to it. Anime though, anime in contrast, is very very strict, and you have to be very very careful with anime. You can't just like watch anime on here. You will get a copyright. If anything, they might like take down your video or some shit. The guy kissing reminds me of mommy's supposed fiance. Yeah, he kind of does, but it's not him. Um, I think Reiji will stress Chizuru's confession over several chapters. I think it's going to be more. It's not just going to be a confession. I think there's a misunderstanding. It's not going to be just a confession, but next chapter is going to be fucking big. Did you enjoy this chapter? It was actually fucking amazing. This chapter was actually really, really good. Wow, here it is. So the first thing we see when we get to Odaiba Beach is the Statue of Liberty. That's the first thing we see, like with the characters, right? The first is first is the bridge, then these two towers, then there's these characters, uh, uh, two characters walking, mostly couples, and then a girl and a guy kissing, and then here it's the Statue of Liberty. That's the thing these two characters see. And I love how Chizuru has this like reminiscent look, like looking back. Oh my God, she does the same thing he does. I just realized. Chizuru says, I might have just fooled myself into thinking I've seen all this before. It's a little bigger than I thought. Kazuya, looking back to that moment, realizing he hadn't experienced the entire thing. Kazuya, literally, the way Chizuru looks back and realizes she's experiencing something completely new here. and feeling good about it in a way she'd never considered before is the same as Kazuya in that very end of the chapter. They bookend each other, they complete each other. It's only been 5 minutes, and she's saying something so nice. Cyberman, water goes into the flow. Ichinose, her name alludes to improv acting. I was an acting major. Just thought I'd point that out. Um, maybe I could see it. I could see it. Uh, I think the initial purpose of the name was to contrast Mizuhara, which is a still plane of water. That's kind of what that means. In contrast to one singular riptide, which is the meaning of her other name, or one riptide, which is like a very intense current of focus. So there is that was to me the contrast, but I could maybe see what you're talking about. The name has this thing where the flow could be very intense, but but it could also be something you can walk through. It has a double meaning. So it was, to me, that alluded more to the Ichinose family and how like they could be very, very intense, but they can also be very like something you can comfortably walk through without any pressure or challenge. It's meant to represent more of the Ichinose family as a whole rather than just Chizuru. I think that's kind of important to point out, especially considering how the her last name contrasts her first name. Her last name Ichinose does not work well with her second name to some degree for a very simple reason. Her first name means 1,000 paper cranes. Her last name means a single current of water. Paper melts in water, right? Paper falls apart in water. She has a lot of paper cranes that she can focus onto it. She has 1,000 paper cranes that she can focus onto a single current, which is really cool, naming wise conventionally. But then the name contrasts that, and this is why Kazuya's name works so well, because Kazuya's last name and his first name together mean peace and harmony shared under a tree, right? Kazuya channels his last name to create a comfort space for those paper cranes that literally shields them from water, right? Like a tree is a safety place, it's a home, it's something that can shield you from the rain, but can also like take some of that water away from her last name, right? I think thematically speaking, that's really interesting. I also want to point out all of the Ichinoses, the women at least, have a first name that is a flower. So uh, what is it? Uh, Sayuri's name means large lily. Large, Yuri means lily. Uh, Chizuru's mom's name, Kasumi, means beautiful like a flower or something like that. And it's meant to echo her mom's name. But she doesn't blend well with the Ichinose name because she's not a flower, she's like a flower. And then she gives Chizuru a name that is the antithesis of a flower. It is paper. It's made from a tree, right? But it's not a flower, and so it doesn't work well with water. And it can easily crumble underwater. And that's how Chizuru essentially constantly has a clash with her own name, with her own lineage, if you will. And that's a big part of her story here, is that the Ichinose name literally rains on her, and she has to protect herself with an umbrella. She has to fight the rain or make it work for her in some way. She's literally fighting her own lineage. Chizuru got so many good shots in this chapter, right? My perfect boyfriend speech coming, dude. I literally think it is. I think it is, Laura. What should we expect from this build-up? Should we be looking forward to a confession likely by Chizuru and they get together, or something more subtle like asking Kazuya to stay? There's going to be many, many layers to this, Robo. This is not simple. Reggie has set up a lot. There is still a lot of like uh, inconsistencies with Chizuru. She's still confused and lost. There is a lot of conflicts to be addressed. I don't think Chizuru has come to her answer. I think Chizuru still does not know if what she feels is love, but she knows she wants him to stay at the very least. And I think there is a lot to talk about and break down. This isn't going to be a simple confession. This isn't just going to lead into a confession immediately. I don't think so. I've adamantly disagreed with this. I think there's going to be a discussion, a talk that's complicated. There's a possibility of a fight, and then maybe after the fight, they they maybe physically connect in some way, and they might have sex. But I don't. Reiji has made it very unclear intentionally. He's intentionally made it very unclear what's going to happen. And there's going to be a decent amount of conflict that's going to be happening here. There's going to be a lot of discussions. There's going to be like we're really kind of going to start understanding Chizuru. Think of this less as a confession of Chizuru's and more of us truly understanding what's been going on under Chizuru this entire time. That's what this scene is. Think of it less as a confession because Reggie has adamantly made it clear confessions don't get you the result you want, not in real life. That's not how that works. You don't just confess to someone and whoop-de-doo, you get together. No, Reggie is pointing out how there's a lot to break down, a lot to dissect, and it's not going to just happen with a confession. This isn't going to be Chizuru's confession. Chizuru is not an orthodox female character. She is the antithesis of that. She fundamentally criticizes traditional female characters. She literally says this in her dialogue. She literally says like, why, like the gender roles are usually like the guy leads, the guy does the stuff, the guy pays, this and this and that. But I think that's kind of stupid, and I'm gonna be okay with leading again sometime. And I'm okay if we like interchange between that. And it was literally her saying like, I'm the one who's going to be taking charge and shifting things and moving stuff around, and it's not going to be traditional. She's not going to just confess and things are going to work out. I think Reiji, it's Reiji, not Renji, Chris. Reiji, R-E, God, now you're making me mess up. I'm gonna write it down so I make sure I'm not fucking crazy. Yeah, R-E-I-G-I. Yeah, R-E-I-J-I. There we go. Um, just an easy way to remember it. If any of you have seen Evangelion, one character's name is Rei, R-E-I. Rei means zero. It's literally in Reiji's name, Reiji. I think Reiji shows us with these two, they're going to be later with all their couples being shown throughout the chapter from making out to sex. Yeah, and considering Chizuru's uncomfortability with these elements, and her still reaching for his hand in the end of the chapter, I think that's really, really important. That Chizuru is very uncomfortable with physical contact, especially with Kazuya, and yet she pushes herself to do physical contact, even though like she's not comfortable with it. They still have to resolve that Ruka and Mami storyline as well. I think Ruka is more important than Mami in this situation. Mami literally kind of does not matter, and that's kind of the point of Mami's character, which I know is going to be fucking brutal for Mami fans. If you want the translations, they are ready. Thank you. I'll read them shortly, Crumpy. I'm just going to read some of the comments and we'll get to it. The point of Mami's character is that she is irrelevant because Mami did not make any real choices to change the scenarios she is a part of, right? Mami literally is irrelevant in this story, and that's kind of the point. And I know that sucks, but that's the point. There is no Mami storyline. There is a Ruka storyline because Ruka actually like is the fundamental challenge of Mami of Chizuru's belief systems. I agree with that assessment. Chizuru is not at a point where she can comfortably confess to Kazuya, right? She's not confident in her feelings. How can she give someone else a confession if she doesn't feel confident in her own feelings and if she doesn't fully love herself? Chizuru in this arc has been slowly learning to love herself. If you can't love yourself, it's very hard to love other people, right? Granted, Kazuya and Chizuru are both the antithesis of what I just said. But I think what I mean by that is that they need to start loving themselves in order to truly love the other person the way that they want to, just so their insecurities don't get in the way, right? I feel like the confession is going to be Chizuru's deconstructing her character. Yes, and I don't know. I don't know. I think there is going to be a deconstruction of her character and her kind of understanding herself, but there's also going to be a deconstruction of Kazuya's character. This entire arc has been about like breaking you down to your base and figuring out who you are. But Kazuya's perfect girlfriend speech also didn't include an explicit confession, so Chizuru can do something like that. But Verkez, this is the antithesis of the cheer update. It is the reverse of it. The cheer update's very nature is selfless with a selfish side underneath. But this is the reverse. This is the reverse of that. This is literally a selfish state with a selfless side underneath. The fundamental nature of this state is selfish. It is about desire. It is about doing what you want, not just doing it for someone else. So it's not going to be like the cheer update. It may nod to it. A lot of this has been nods to the cheer update. I mentioned this as we were reading through the chapter. A lot of this has been nods to the cheer update, like them going to this secluded area, them having this very quiet space just to themselves, right? The way Reiji pans it and structures it, how it's like silent, how Kazuya is reminiscing and looking back, the this shot, which to me is pure fucking cinema, them walking to the edge, the silence between them. Notice how Chizuru in the cheer update is putting on an act of being okay when she's not okay. Here she's quiet, she doesn't know what to do. And Kazuya is the one who's seemingly kind of acting. Kazuya reminisces and thinks akin to the cheer update, but it's not the same. It's the reverse of it, if anyways, because Kazuya looks back at the time he had with Chizuru, but he's happy he's not connecting rather than sad he can't reach her. It's literally the opposite. It's literally structured the fucking reverse of that. Um, let's see. Yeah, overall the current arc, we can see that Shizuru is still in doubt of meaning of her about her feelings. Yeah, I can't spell Johan. It's cool. It's cool, Chris. Don't worry. It happens. That's why I told you how to spell. We learn. We learn. I'm not putting you down, Chris. I'm not saying you're terrible or anything like that. We're just here to teach and learn, right? Like there's nothing wrong with being a dumbass sometimes. I'm a dumbass all the fucking time. We're just here to learn. It's okay to make mistakes and learn and change. Okay. I've called out a 3D model a few times in our streams. Maybe not today, not as much today, but in other streams, I called him out a bunch of times. But he's not a bad person. Okay. We're just here to learn and adjust and make little changes. Mommy didn't matter anymore, so much so she got her phone call turned off. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That was the fucking point. Mommy made no real significant changes in the relationship. She never said sorry. She never actually went out of her way to make changes in the relationship, so she fucked right off, right? Like, Kazuya isn't going to answer your phone if you didn't make changes in the relationship, whereas Chizuru did. There, Kez. Yeah, agreed. This is selfish. Her speech will probably be how selfish she is, right? It'll be Chizuru slowly revealing her true selfishness, maybe. The opposite of the cheer update. The breakdown date. Breakdown, breakdown. I love that JoJo opening. Breakdown, breakdown. No, that I don't think so. Okay, well, yes and no. The breakdown date, I don't know. Yes and no. I mean, to be fair, she broke down in the cheer update. Okay, let me go pull up what my friend sent me about the text. Okay, so I sent him the images. This reads, Iamori's son, the advisor, even during work, is worrying about them. Nothing here. Yeah, I knew there was nothing there, but I had to try. Finally revealed. Mizuhara's feelings, the investigation's results. Next time. But what did I say about that but not being there and not getting explained? What am I referring to, you might be asking? What am I referring to, you might be asking? Oh my shit. Shit, what chapter was it? Chapter 368? Maybe it was chapter 369, 70? Let's just check them. I'll get like a guesstimate. First try. Okay. Yo, first fucking try. I'm so good at this shit, bro. But don't worry, I don't have any doubts either about your feelings. But ... You don't see her face. She is hidden. She is invisible. Kazuya thinks he heard something, and he doesn't. And this singular but, looms all over the chapter and is never resolved. The only resolution you get for what this but is right here at the end. She pulls out the ring. The fuck? This is that but. There's that relevance of that but. So us coming back to the but Reiji making us think back to this chapter and how the ring was present in that chapter tells us, interestingly, Verkez, if you're still here, interestingly, I think it's going to be similar to what you said. I think it's gonna be because I read your comment. I read your comment on not right now, not your current comment, the comment from like last week. I think I read your comment about how Chizuru might say she wants him to stay, maybe she wants him to date or something, or all that stuff, and she clearly like she describes this clearly love, and then she's gonna pull a butt, and then that butt is going to be the subversion of everything, of just like, okay, something is wrong here. This is going to be what that is. I think this is what that butt is. For all of you wondering what my prediction for next chapter is, I believe what Chizuru is going to do is basically like, essentially kind of like, it's going to seem like some sort of confession. Like she's going to be like, I care about you, you mean a lot to me, blah blah blah, like basically telling Kazuya you've always mattered in some ways, essentially confirming what he felt in this chapter. But and then that but is going to subvert everything, and we're going to finally start exploring that, whether it be Chizuru's guilt, Chizuru's lack of certainty in her feelings, the ring, her sense of duty, all these conflicting things that are existing with her emotions, right? And something I really want to point out, many people have asked me this in the comment section. I really want to point this out. People kept asking me in the comment section, the rain clearing up, doesn't that mean Chizuru found her answer? No, no. The symbolism of the rain, let me pull up the chapter that best reflects this. The symbolism of the rain, I think it's chapter 363 or 362. 362. Let's try that. Let's try 362. I am so good. I am so good. I get it right every fucking time. Let's go. I'm so good. 362. The symbolism of the rain. What is the point of the rain? The rain in this arc represents the generational trauma. It represents the depression, the lineage of the Ichinose family. It represents Chizuru's grief. It basically represents all of these things that are literally, as you visually see here, muddying the past experiences and everything you have felt, right? It is, this rain is pouring over the city, right? The city that you've seemingly understood for this entire time is now being rained on, and it feels a little bit harder to see, right? There's literally lines cutting through the pages. Then there's lines cutting through their old homes. Chizuru's name is no longer there, and yet Kazuya's name is holding on. This is the only thing Chizuru can recognize in this scene, is that Kazuya is not giving up. He's holding on even though everything seemingly should be falling apart. This is describing Chizuru's feelings to you. You get to the next page. Another memory. This is when they went on the ferry in the beach arc and Chizuru fell and Kazi saved her. And again, there's rain there, right? This is a place that's not very close to here, right? They needed to drive a car to get there, and yet it's raining. This is either the shrine when she was with Curry, or the shrine where Kazuya and his family went to get the stuff. Either way, again, there's rain, right? This is inside. This is inside. And this one is kind of clear. This is from the cheer update, right? But then you go back to this is the Tokyo Dome. This is when they went on the dream date. It's raining again, muddied. Even this place, even this small place. So this is the cheer update. It's muddied, right? And then you get to the headstone of the Ichinose family, and there's rain there. And that rain is falling on a carnation flower. The carnation flower is representative of motherly love. It is literally the flower of Mother's Day, right? And it's literally on the Ichinose grave, representative of Sayuri and how she was essentially Chizuru's mother. And this is Chizuru's lingering grief, unable to fade. In contrast, I believe in either in the next chapter or the chapter after that, we see Kibe standing in front of a grave. Why is there so much noise outside? We see Kibe standing in front of a grave, and what is in front of the grave that he's standing in front of? It's a hibiscus flower. And a hibiscus flower means a delicate beauty, but it also means new love. So you have a lost motherly love that we see is being muddied by the rain. In contrast, the new love that we see with Kibe in front of the Kinoshita grave is there's no rain. It's very clear. And then finally, the two things we see here are the bridge being rained on. So it's hard to fully see it. It's even literally being contrasted by the white, which is very brilliant by Reiji. And then we get to Joypolis, the city of literal joy, also being rained on. And then we turn to the characters themselves. In contrast, you have Minnie out in the night, glowing, and she's very clearly visible. Okay? The visibility is kind of a big thing here, right? Basically, what this is saying is that when you are going through grief, when you're going through depression, when you're going through like guilt and all of these negative things, it becomes very hard to see the things that are right in front of you. It becomes extremely hard to see what is right in front of you. And this is just true. Like, go talk to any fucking therapist. They will tell you this. They will tell you, like, when you are going through this stuff, it muddies your road. You cannot see. It's like a fog. Here's a great example. For anyone who plays horror games, or maybe even heard of this game, Silent Hill. Silent Hill, the whole part of that story is that there is literally a fog in this town called Silent Hill. And a part of this and the fog is literally part of the story. The fog is literally part of the story. You not being able to see is part of the narrative because you're not supposed to be able to see. In fact, the game makes you walk through fog a lot. You literally visibly cannot see what you're interacting with because you are suffering from trauma, from grief, from tragedy, from depression, and you cannot see what's right in front of you. Things are not clear. So that's kind of something I really wanted to share. That's kind of what the rain represents, and too many people did not understand that. So I just really wanted to point that out. At least I believe that's the meaning. Okay. Something I felt reading the last 2 pages was like 213. 213. Oh, I let me pull that up here. Kanojo Okarishimasu. 213. Oh, is that when Kazuya grabs Chizuru's hand and says, wait? As a reversal of that, and she runs away. Maybe she thought he was gonna do that to her. I can see your parallels. I can see what you're talking about. I don't fully agree. It's a little different. So let me pull it up so you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. In Paradise, Chizuru stops Kazuya from confessing, knowing full well what he's trying to do. She walks away, Kazuya stops her and grabs her hand. But look at how forceful this is. A huge issue that was happening in Paradise is there's this dissonance happening between Kazuya and Chizuru's characters. They're not fully understanding what's going on and they're not communicating. This is Kazuya trying to bulldoze ahead without being clear about what he's trying to do. This is the opposite of this scene. This is the conversation isn't over yet. This is the opposite, right? And then Chizuru leaves and creates a misunderstanding, right? And it's a very sad scene, right? Like, damn, like it literally got left at the altar. It's brutal as fuck. This is not that. This is the opposite of that. This is Kazuya lost in his own world thinking and saying we should go, but he paused and started looking at his hand, and Chizuru stopping him from leaving, but she doesn't forcefully grab his hand. Notice how she grabs his hand? She just puts her hand over his, right? It's literally like, see me, I'm here. I want to connect with you here, right? Like it's not forceful, it's gentle. Whereas Kazuya's was forceful, and that's the reason it didn't work out. Like, if anything, I think that scene in chapter 213 is a fundamental criticism of those, forced confession scenes that are really fucking stupid, and then the female character accepts and all that bullshit. No, this is like, no, you need to communicate. You need to be honest and open with each other. No one has more dominance in the relationship, not the guy and not the girl. That's not how this works. But in like reverse. Yeah, okay. And for someone who drank beer and highball hours ago, they're surprisingly sober. It hasn't been hours. It's been like a few minutes. It was already almost 9. In last chapter, I know because I talked to someone else. Breaking down the walls, Chizuru has held up this whole time the breakdown date. She will return the ring to Kazuya. No, this is taking parts from Paradise and taking parts from the movie arc. So it's not going to be returned. She can't return the ring. She literally cannot. It is part of her duty, if you will. She can't return the ring, but she can't have it either, and she doesn't know what to do. This reflects Chizuru's confusion. So no, she's not going to return the ring. Only for her to ask him to have him hold the ring for her to wear. I don't know about that. But maybe to complete break off with Ruka and we can go out. No, that doesn't, Chris, that doesn't make, she literally, okay. Clearly some of us haven't been paying attention. Chapter 365. 365. What does Chizuru say here? What about what we just talked about? I was happy back then. When I found out that you told me how you felt. After you broke up with Ruka-chan, it made me happy. Thank you for showing me that you're serious. The problem here, Chris, is that you are putting the weight of the situation onto Kazuya when it is onto Chizuru. This is about Chizuru figuring her shit out. Kazuya doesn't really need to do anything to figure out or show her really much. Kazuya has already proven beyond of a shadow of a doubt he's a great partner. This isn't about Kazuya showing her anything else. This is about Chizuru figuring her shit out. And maybe Kazuya held the point, not for Kazuya to make to make some sort of gesture. When Chizuru's mother was in labor, there was a violent thunderstorm. When Chizuru was born, the storm stopped. Incorrect, Lawless Bacon. The storm kept going. Do you know why the storm stopped? Sayuri walked in because Sayuri represents the sun. She literally said this to Chizuru. Let me pull it up. Oh, yo. Y'all need to pay more attention. I'm gonna fucking teach you today. You're gonna learn. You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today. I think it's like chapter 131. It's 130. No, not 131. So 125. Oh, that's Umi's bullshit. 122. So 120. 119. 18. 115. 17. What is it? Work with me, brain. 116. And 115. Nope, that's a mini chapter. 14. Still a mini chapter. 12. Okay. Oh, it's after I fucked up. I know where it is. It's chapter 143. I'm like pretty sure it's chapter 143. Did I call it or did I call it? Okay. Wow, it's completely cleared up. The forecast said there would be a 70% chance of rain. It's because I'm a ray of sunshine. No need to applause. You may thank me later. You don't quit, do you? Okay. Now you, on the other hand, oh boy, it was pouring the day you were born, and the thunder and lightning, whoa, what a storm. Then I showed up at the hospital, and wouldn't you know it, the sun came out. Please stop, you're kind of crushing my soul. Okay? It's because, I guess I'll pull it back up again. Sayuri literally says it. Let me, right here. Some people are just surrounded by rain clouds, and an actress who rains on everyone, that's a tough life. Well, then, when I become an actress, I'll make the rain work for me. In chapter 131, just prior to this, she literally makes the rain stop by talking to Kazuya. Rain clouds followed Kasumi too. Her entrance exams, her coming of age ceremony, her wedding. It rained every time. One day, Katsuhito-san took her to school. She spent the whole time just looking at the sky and sulking. You two are so similar, so beautiful, so diligent, and with such great eyes for fashion. But dying before her mother, what kind of daughter does that? Yeah, well, don't worry, Grandma. Not gonna have any trouble outlasting you. My. Where did you learn to talk big like that? Someone rubbing off on you? And it's literally Kazuya. Okay, glad we cleared that up very quickly. Sorry for the rant. Only for her to ask him how he told the ring to hold him. Blah, 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 blah. It is the shrine she was with Curry. Okay, thanks. I know what you're referring to. Do you think the but is in reference to how he's moving or that doesn't understand her feelings? It's about her feelings, not moving, I think. I have a feeling she'll want to be in a relationship with Kazuya, but she can't say she loves him yet, though her dating him, she'll be able to finally say. That's kind of what dating is, though, isn't it? Like, literally, the whole point of you dating is to figure out your feelings for the other fucking person. So that's kind of feels like what maybe this will be. Um, Rain is fairly universal symbol of discord and past trauma. A lot of ancient mythical events centered around violent storms accompanying wars between the gods, humanity's collective past traumas. Yes, but there is more to it. In particular, I think you're only looking at it from maybe like West or Middle Eastern standards, but not necessarily Japanese standards, which have, yes, they do have negative stigma around rain. In fact, like the animes the show, right, and tend to view it like that intentionally. Hello, Kotaro, welcome, no worries. But at the same time, that's not very reflective of the story as a whole. Because Rent a Girlfriend as a series has actively always said that nothing is just bad or good, everything is both. So it actively does that. So the rain is very much the same. Hello, Emily. Hi, Katara. Hey. I do feel like Kazuya will get his heart broken or something like that. That I feel like the storm is coming. No, because the storm already cleared. That doesn't make sense. Kazuya's not gonna get his heart broken. Reiji has been building this up for a long time. I do think there will be some conflict and some negativity, but I don't think the end result will be getting your heart broken because that seems very antithetical to what Chizuru wants, which is to make him happy. What if the typhoon comes back and they get trapped in the hotel? That would be kind of funny, but I don't see it because literally everything has been going as planned. So I don't see it. Okay. Um, I guess we could maybe read. Let me check Twitter. Let me check some stuff on Twitter. See if any Japanese fans have said anything interesting. I just moved it to the side because sometimes there's shit on Twitter I should not be showing on stream, and I will get in trouble. So trying to avoid that. Damn, whole bunch of nothing. Oh, just my feed being weird. Okay, got it. Let's do this. Ugh, AI slop. Okay, latest maybe. Maybe that'll work. Ever since they did all this weird crap with Twitter, it's like barely functioning. It's so fucking annoying. Um, okay, I do follow this person. Let's see what they had to say. The latest episode was so good that I wondered who the beautiful girl in the beginning was. Haha, Minnie. That's funny. Um, what did this person have to say? I wonder how long the day arc will last. It's frustrating ending, so I can't help but sigh. Whatever. Oh, Kuro. Or Kora. I wonder what the story is. I have no idea. It's going to be some kind of joke. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's funny. I do follow this person. So what do you think the answer will be? I don't know. Stop asking me questions I have no answers to. Wow, people were already comparing chapter 213 to chapter 377. Hmm. Yeah, so this person's like comparing the two, but it's not the same. It's the reverse. It's the opposite. What did they have to say? What a great episode when the girlfriend, the parallel of paradise is brutal. Not sure there will be the one who has something to tell him, a confession. The best would be everything indicates the next chapters will be what we have been waiting for. Okay. Let's see. Rukashan, I'll erase the eraser. Safety due complete. Sorry, just finishing up these and then we'll get back to business. So, what do you think the answer will be? Oh, this is for the Shiunji family. I couldn't cry at episode 9 and 12 of season 3 of Kanojo, but I cried at episode 7 of Shiunji. Oh my god. It's that good? Jesus. Okay. Let me pull you back, guys, back up. Do you think the next chapter is being a rundown of Chizuru's thoughts during specific moments of the date and the Kohab and the flash panel being confession if sounds good to you? No, I don't know. When will you make videos on other anime manga? Probably not for a long time. Kotaro, I don't think you understand how YouTube works because you only diversify in YouTube when you get large enough. When you have such a large audience that you can. But in my size and where I am, that's never a good idea. In fact, I've tried to like go look at how many views my Shiunji videos have in comparison to my Arctic Girlfriend videos, and they're just as edited. Like, and I'm not saying this just because, oh, it's too hard or all that. I also kind of don't want to all that much. I want to finish my projects for this series before I ever want to really diversify. So that's another factor too. It's like, one, I'm not going to get the views because YouTube will just be like, that's not your target audience. That doesn't matter. So I'm just not going to give you views. I'm not going to put your video out there for other people to watch. That's just how it works. The other hand, it's just not something I want to do right now. Like there are things I want to talk about, but I'm telling you, you would not be interested. Like I want to talk about Final Fantasy 14. Like I played the new expansion recently. I thought it was really interesting. I would love to talk about that, but it's like a big script I would have to write, which means like I wouldn't be able to focus on the things I want to right now. Um, I watched the DMC anime recently. Really didn't like it. I thought it was like a bastardization of the story while seemingly trying to understand Devil May Cry, and it just felt really fucking stupid. Um, what else have I seen recently? I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I've actually been really busy, so I haven't been able to interact with many new things recently. But yeah, like those things, like that I just explained, like those would not be my target audience for the current stuff that we're doing. Okay, maybe I'll go to Reddit really quick so we can read some of the posts, the discussions. Serious version. The beginning of the mini seems interesting. The fact that it mentions a photo shoot being successions could be a sign of how far Kazi and Chizuru's time which the park is going to be. Wait, what? Wait. This very nice. Those two of them in college. Oh, group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, 5, 6. Interesting. So these are different groups that are going to come in and take photos of Minnie. Hmm. Damn, she's going for a fucking while. Oh wait, this is the last. What's military time? 9 p.m. military time. That should be like 18 or 20. It's 21. Yeah, so this is Minnie is actually on her 7th. The secret 7. Or no, is she on her 8th? 18, 20. Yeah, she's on her 8th. Anyways, not the secret 7. But yeah, it's 9 p.m. in the story right now. So she would be like at a very different point right now. This isn't like accurate. So why show this? That is interesting that he points that out. Sex sessions could be a sign of how far Kazi and Chizuru's time at the park is going to be. We don't know. It's funny, the more Kazi and Chizuru walk, not only does it become more atmospheric, but their demeanor changes too. Kazi, instead of being nervous, is feeling more calm, sentimental, while Chizuru is more quiet and serious. And there's constant whiplash in their feelings. It's very clever. Well, knowing how everything has been throughout this date, I can see that this time in the park, like Chizuru's emotions, will be anything but simple. As the old saying goes, calm before the storm. Oh, the rain is gone, but now there's a different kind of storm. Anything could happen at this point. It's more impactful than any setup that we've gotten before. Time to get ready for some short but hugely important chapters. I don't think they're going to be short. I love how Chizuru is slightly in the dark, yet there is a bit of light shining on her while Kazuya is glowing. Yeah, yeah, the light is shining onto Chizuru, but she herself is in the dark. It's literally the child Chizuru underneath coming out. And it's something I really want to point out about this shot that the person did not mention, but I felt like mentioning. Throughout most of this, Kazi is the one who's been blushing. Chizuru did not blush in like any of these scenes. Even here, it's like very slight blushes. Um, but here, Chizuru is in full blush, and and you see her mostly in the darkness, but the light is creeping in, so you're starting to see her more clearly. That's kind of an important thing I want to point out. Um, oh, okay. Though this moment where Kazuya is going to be light out of Chizuru's shadow, if Kazuya is the sun after the rain, then now it's going to be the moonlight too. Ooh, I like that. There's an expression here give me literal goosebumps. Yeah. Wow, this might be one of her best drawings of the whole series. What? Uncensored lewd hand holding? It's a great panel. Serious version, non-serious version. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment you'll be waiting for, the walk in the park, which probably isn't going to be. Even though there's some distractions, Chizuru be like, fuck the noise. Literally, these people have sex in the background. Like, what the fuck? It looks so right that she's holding Kazuya's hand. This is going to be a very long 7 days. By the way, nice to see Minnie again. Okay. Now that I know it's a traditional that people would kiss or do some sexual at the park of the night, anime, manga, etc., but are people seriously fucking in the bushes after it stopped raining literally a couple minutes ago, manga time? It wasn't minutes ago. It wasn't minutes ago. The rain stopped about like a few hours ago. I know there's getting dirt, but that doesn't mean on the ground the mud leaves the shit. I think there's a bit of suspension of disbelief happening here. I'm gonna be real. There's a tad bit of suspension of disbelief happening here, and that's fine. It's not a massive thing. Just kiss him already. Um, Yowzers, the chapter is getting hot. Oh wow, this one's long. I like how Reiji brought all these memories back into just the fan readers to let reminisce how much Kazuya has been through and how much love, effort, and patience Kazuya has extended to break Mizuharu's walls. I really don't like that metaphor anymore of breaking down Chizuru's walls. I don't agree with that metaphor anymore or analogy, whatever we want to fucking call it, because it still functions around the same basis of destroying something in order to make it work, which is something I'm just not going to agree with. It's not about destruction. This is about building. And this is not about, this is basic. Think of it like this. It's not about destroying a wall. It's about taking down a wall and making it into a bridge. That's what this is. This is about taking down the wall willingly and making it into a bridge. You're not here to destroy these pieces. You're not here to tear down something you've built. You're here to rearrange it, to make it something else. I don't like that analogy of destroying the wall, just as I don't like this analogy of or not analogy, the argument that Kazuya should just call Mizuhara Ichinose or Chizuru or whatever. No, like the whole point is that he wants to call her her real name, and he's struggling to, just as Chizuru doesn't call Kazuya his real name. And so I don't agree with this analogy. Maybe this was the point at the start of the series, and Minnie has echoed this a few times too. But the point now is that we're not walking that path anymore. We're changing things up. We're not going to do that anymore. It doesn't work. That's not the correct argument. I would like to bring this up. Being in the sub for years now, and lately the sub has gotten toxic a bit, especially during spoilers. Oh, this person's funny. Um, You clearly were not here during the Paradise arc. This shit is pennies compared to the Paradise arc, compared to post Paradise. You do not this okay, let me just give you context. The 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 subreddit during chapter 218 got so fucking toxic they had to shut it down. Yeah. They had to just turn off like the sub or whatever because it was too toxic. Everything after Paradise was extremely toxic because the anime community does not know how to have conversations. This is a big problem in this community where they would. I don't mean like everyone who likes anime is in this community. Understand? I mean the anime community that is like connected to YouTube, to Reddit, to Twitter, all these places. A lot of the anime community doesn't really have conversations. If anything, you're often rewarded for not really thinking about stuff and just saying cool words or saying something looks cool or something looks terrible. That's often what you're rewarded for. And unfortunately, this is a type of series that wants you to think. And if you don't think and engage with it, what tends to happen is exactly what happened with a lot of the current modern anime community, where what they do is just shit on things constantly. And so, yeah, maybe this seems a little toxic to you, but I'm gonna be real. Personally for me, having engaged with the Reddit a little bit, this is the most chill I've seen the Reddit. Personally, I could be wrong. Maybe you've been reading more than I have. But personally, I think this is the most chill it's been in a very long time, and the most actually like wholesome I've seen in a while. There are some occasionally stupid people in there who say stupid shit. Yeah, Aura's another one. But over time, I do think it's become a lot more chill. I do think now that the anime is coming back, those loud, annoying fucking redditors are probably gonna start showing up, um, and being very annoying in this subreddit. I've seen like some weird YouTubers like literally go into the Discord on purpose when reading the manga just to see how people would react to what they say, and it's just like, why are you fueling the flames? Anyways, yes, so it's not as bad as you think it is. Granted, the person did say a bit toxic, um, especially during the spoilers. Well, yes, the nature of spoilers is to elicit emotions from you. They're not there to actually be meaningful or actually do anything useful. They're there to elicit emotions from you. Spoilers suck. I've always said this. The people who are reading them are biased. They don't give you the narrative as it is. They're giving you a flawed version of the narrative to, um, just say what they want to say. Okay. Just gotta make sure. Cool. Whether they did it for upvotes or clout, either way, they did it out of their own way to providing to fans. We gotta give them credit for it. Did not have the way to provide it to the fans. No, I refuse to give people who release spoilers any level of credit because they are taking this author's work, stealing it, and then showing it to you without his consent. So, no, I will not be giving them any form of credit. If it's Reichi showing me spoilers and letting me know, like via Fanbox or something, that's his choice. He did that, and that's okay. The spoilers people, they're literally stealing his work and showing it to me. And it's like, but did the author consent to that? Did you have a right to these things? Like, no, I don't agree with that. Also, being a lot of newcomers bashing the guy bringing the deets, even his audacity is fucking humiliates them. Become the grammar's wrong, messed up. You ungrateful tourists, mostly these are unsung heroes. He's not an unsung. You know who's an unsung hero? An unsung hero is someone like the translators for this manga. Like when the manga did not have proper translations and we had the scantilations. Those people are unsung heroes. Not the spoilers person, not the leakers. Why are you treating the leakers like they're unsung heroes? Okay. Wow, spoilers this week was accurate as fuck. Lol. Who cares if they're whatever? I'm moving on. This is stupid. Ugh. Yeah. You've heard my stance on leaking. I do not like leaking. I think leaking is fucking stupid. And it's not something we should be rewarding. I don't agree with that. There are special cases to everything. There are special cases to everything. I just don't I've never liked the leaks for this series, and I refuse to treat them in any other way, especially considering most of the times they're inaccurate, and suddenly because this one time they're accurate, it's okay. Pretty cute chapter. I can't wait for next week already. It has me a little anxious because I wonder what she'll say. Is this going to be the moment we've been waiting for? Kazi is genuinely happy, even without any physical contact with Chizuru. Her efforts haven't been in vain. She helped him regain some confidence and ease his insecurities. Even when he thinks it's enough, she comes even closer, taking his hand. And this will be important for what comes next. I think the strong trust Kazuya has developed in Chizuru is likely going to be tested in the upcoming chapters. A good setup chapter. Kazuya's nervous thoughts fits completely here. He's understandably worried about the answer that he knows might be coming soon enough, so it all feels natural. On the hand holdings, while I notice it the same as him, I think he's straight up wrong, but still reached the correct conclusion. What do you mean? Chizuru has been expressing her feelings far more than physical affection in words, and Nagomi said explicitly she's a clingy girl. So them not holding hands to me seems more Chizuru being serious about them rather than not needing it. That's exactly what he was thinking. That's exactly what he was thinking. What the fuck are you talking about? That's exactly what he was thinking. Kazuya was literally happy she's not just holding his hand because it made him realize, like, oh, she's really serious about this, but also because he looked back to that moment with Umi and realized they never held hands. That means she was never serious about Umi. She wouldn't just naturally touch him just because they were out together, just because they were close. She doesn't just touch people if she's not serious. She does that because it is an obligation out of rental. That's the important. It just feels like you misinterpreted the text for your own beliefs or view. So to me, Kazuya is wrong, but that right being happy, I don't get it. Now the background characters holding hands, kissing, etc. The public was been fun of seemingly impactful for Kazuya and Chizuru. They're still young adults, and Chizuru's reaction clearly shows that she wants to do these things as well, even if she won't admit it. Yeah, she's it's kind of a bit of her tsundere element kind of coming back. As I said, nice chapter. The rain finally cleared up, which is obviously a good sign. And seeing Minnie doing things outside the main story is always nice. Can't wait for the next chapter. The final pages are giving me strong last scenes arc finite feelings. Okay. Wow, Vericas, you didn't write much this time, huh? First impressions. Oh wow, Kazuya only just realized that they didn't hold hands all day. But yes, the teaser referring to holding hands. I didn't think Kazuya would be happy about it. Um, though, and he felt much closer to her to hear despite not having touched her. It was actually a pretty cute realization. Chizuru wants to give a talk right here, so I guess that's what we'll give next week. Okay. Hame goes something like this. Chizuru starts going on about reasons that shouldn't be together, or something that doesn't like about him, however they say but, and then tells him that these things matter to him. Oh. Yeah, the buts have been reversals. There's been a lot of reversal of the traditional approach that Reiji has been doing this entire time, which is like they start negative and they get positive. So it'd be interesting if the date either continues with that idea, so she starts negative, like, oh, maybe we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't do that, we shouldn't do this, but it's something positive. Or it's a reversal of events. It starts positive and then pulls out the butt. And that would be interesting. She says, I want to be a girlfriend, but I don't love you. I don't know. Who knows? I really hope your first scenario, I couldn't afford another one. I hope it is a positive response from her. However, I think she will say how appreciative she is of him and all the things she has done for her. Then the but will be something like she doesn't know if she loves him. I still think the date is setting the groundwork for a bigger, more dramatic confession in the next 10 to 15 chapters from her. Yeah, it doesn't feel like now is confession, but I don't know. Hope you're right, though. I think her heartstrings were already tugged by the ghosting. It's obvious they were both brokenhearted. Chizuru was already fragile after the fight with Mami and Ruka, and I think the fact that Kazuya didn't hunt her down and confess to her afterwards really broke her. No, no. Actually, Kazuya not doing that was a good thing. Kazuya not going after her was a good thing because she was lost and confused. If anything, it was her turn to move. I don't agree with that. After all, it's obvious to her that he was trying to confess before him, but after she kisses him, no, she knew what he was trying to do, and she stopped him on multiple fronts and avoided him and blocked him out. You're kind of misremembering events. I'm with Verica's. The most likely option, since this is what she's been saying since the Paradise arc, is I don't think it's love yet, but I want to be with you. But the last two suggestions you made are really convincing, so I don't agree with that. I think it makes more sense in the story for the result to be I do believe I'm in love with you and I want to be your girlfriend, but there's some other things we need to get resolved first. Then she'll own up to Umi's confessing her and tell Chizuru that she wants to reject him before getting into an actual relationship. Then we can come to the real obstacles. She'll say that she'll need to address the problem with Ruka. They can't seriously date with them hanging out there. I think the setup next arc is the task. That could work. But there seems to be more at play here. I don't fully agree that it's that simple. That could work. Okay. I think that's enough reading for now. Okay. Wasn't that good, but the next one is going to be a bang. People are so funny. Okay. Let's see. Wall has become a trigger word, lol. Maybe we need some other metaphor for the concealment of one's internal truth. The wall is a fitting word. The wall is a fitting word, cyber demon. It's not, there's nothing wrong with the wall. It's breaking down the wall that I have a problem with. It's the destruction of something, not the rebuilding of it. Sorry if I did a trend. Currently burning alive in the park a lot at the moment. Burning, it's really hot. Damn. Don't get the wrong idea, but yes, and the don't get the wrong idea, but has been a very popular thing Chizuru has been doing that becomes a positive, not negative. I don't think there are people in the bushes actually having sex that are imagining that. So both Kazuya and Chizuru imagine two people fucking in the bushes. And Reiji intentionally showed that, and Chizuru reacted to it and felt weird after. That's some Delulu shit, like Lawless Bacon. That's some Delulu shit. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. That's some Delulu shit, Lawless Bacon. Okay. I think that's enough for now. I think we went through a lot. I'm also getting a little burned out. Not like just a little tired. Plus, I think some people are leaving too. So what we're gonna do now is I kind of want to watch the Shiunji family. I kind of want to watch the Shiunji family and see that crazy new episode that they were hyping up. That is apparently like super super good. So I kind of want to go and watch that. Um, so that's what I will be doing now. We read through the chapter, we went through it, we talked about a lot. I've been recording for an hour and 49 minutes. That's about the length of my usual videos. I also don't want to like keep thinking about it without like giving it time to marinate so my thoughts don't get all like messy and weird. So I think now is a good time to go to this chapter. I haven't watched past episode 2. Uh, I we watched episode 3 on stream last time. We watched episode 3. Um, okay. Skip the intro. I don't usually do that, but just this time. So TLDR, what happened with Minami is that she was going to compete in like nationals or some shit. And she competes in tennis. And what ends up happening is that Reishi foreshadowed this at the very beginning, but for some reason the anime cut it out. I don't know if they cut it out in the other portions, but it was there. Minami was on her bike in the very beginning of the series, and you saw that her ankle was hurting. And it turns out she hurt her ankle, and so they don't let her compete because she might get an injury. But so she comes home and she's like pretending to be completely okay, but she's actually kind of a mess. And now it's like the characters dealing with it and trying to help her. They can't find her. Wow, the animation's really good. What the fuck? Oh my god. Yeah, she's supposed to have nationals. Oh, there she is. Oh, the door. Oh, the door. The camera work. The voice acting. Holy shit. She seems off. Hardly what you'd call normal. He's such a dad. Minami Minami is the type of character that deals with her problems by joking. And that's actually exactly how she's presented to you at the start of the series. She's always nonchalant, she's always chill. So the way she deals with the way she always deals with her problems is by joking. And I think that's really interesting because I don't think we've seen a character like that in Reiji's work. A character who deals with their trauma and their pain by laughing about it, by making fun of it. Are you okay with this? And they said there was someone you desperately wanted to see victorious. It is what it is. I'm injured and all. Ooh, oh, the visuals. Oh my god, the visuals are insane. I wish Rent a Girlfriend looked half this good. Someone I desperately want to see victorious. So I gotta contribute with my own wins. Hey, so she's not okay. What's this? Do you think Kazuya's curse will affect Kazuya and or Chizuru? Yeah, it already has been. I don't know what else you want to happen. It's already doing it. So we'll have to see what else happens. But yeah, let's keep going for now. I like that one theory that they might get together, but not get together because they got to resolve conflicts. That one seemed interesting, but I felt like there's still more to play with the chapters. Dude, he has such a nice room. He has such a look at Shion's room. It's so nice. And the visuals and the present, it's everything is so clean. It looks so clean. Jesus. Thing is, this morning I was in the yard. Oh, first person. Yeah, and he saw her crying. Seems like she's got no thoughts about going through her head, but she's the most sensitive person to how people around her act. She always puts on that brave face so nobody has to worry about her, and ultimately bears all that pain herself. Aww. That's who Minami is. That's our little sister. Runs back. Fucking starts sprinting. Let's go, dumbass. Kita! You're going to play, dumbass. I love Bonry driving. She's like, shut up. Don't talk to me. I have to drive in peace. How long until play games? 20 minutes. I need some room here, you fat ass gorilla. I love seeing Bonnery breaking the fuck down because they won't shut up. That's so funny. That's genuinely so funny. Should I really be playing? Oh, I love the visual. Dude, they're doing such a good job with the first person view. They're doing such a good job with the first person view. Actually, peak. Like the way they're showing it from her perspective and how she's like suffering through it and like being told this stuff. Dude, wow, they're doing such a good job. I read the Japanese of this, um, but and I thought it was pretty decent, but they're elevating it a little bit here. I can play. I know you're quitting tennis for good after this tournament. I owe you for everything. You were the one who reminded me of the joys of tennis. Dude, the music, the presentation, the fucking the music is so good. Just this like desperate contemplative song following this set pattern, like literally it's so good. I hate that in some ways I can't fully appreciate this for what it is because I keep thinking, what if Friend to Girlfriend was this? And I don't. I think that's my problem with the Shiunji family. That I think is very unfair to it. Is like I keep comparing it to its predecessor when it's trying to be its own thing. And if its predecessor was treated with this like the same kind of love and respect, I wouldn't be acting like this. Oh. God, look at her. The composition on this shot is actually insanely peak. The composition on this shot is so peak. I'm still of two minds. I don't know if it's the right call to send you out there. So promise me this. If you do play but things get worse, you have to forfeit. Yeah, just please stop lying. To me and to yourself. What a good Oni-chan. Oh, they're losing. Their team is losing and they need her. Oh. And now there's traffic. And the sports center's right there. Oof. The finals must have started already. No. I love how she turned. Ooh. I gotta go back here. First, look at this shot. She's giving up. She's lowering her head. The composition, the emphasis on the lighting. And then Aoka turns to him and she's like, Arara, what do we do? They always turn to him to find a solution. He is in charge. He is the leader. He is the person. Because, and it's so fascinating that they turn to him when they often like bully him and joke around him, but they know he is the most reliable here. I think that's such a fascinating contrast. Oh, and then they literally put him in a spotlight. Very traditional of it, but makes a lot of sense. What now? Get out and run? No, we wouldn't make it in time. Ooh, the heat. Bicycles. Rental bikes. I've got one of those. Don't forget your kit. Oh shit. 3D model. Here's my support King Fate. Steam stream idea. Read them into girlfriend fanfics. Keep making great content, King. Uh First off, I really appreciate the donation. I've only read one fanfic, and it was a long, long time ago. But I'm kind of weird around fanfics. I really appreciate the donation. Please don't misunderstand. I'm just not a massive fan of fanfics. If you maybe want me to read like a specific one, sure, just send it to me and I'll read it on stream and I'll share what I think. Um, but I tend to not read fanfics. If you want me to read one, like a specific one, send it to me. I don't mind. Um, let's see. I'll have to watch the anime after the season's over. I'm not a fan of weekly releases. I like binging watching. You say that, but you read the weekly with me. Look at her sharp chin. The details are amazing. Me, here's first person, immediately thinks Doom 101. I'll send it to your Discord DMs. Okay. And there they go. Ooh, contemplative but hopeful. Game, set, and match goes to Akama District High School by 2 sets to love. I think it's so interesting that he does tennis for Minami because they literally the way they keep score is the word love. That's so interesting. Sorry, no, good luck in singles. Oh, look at him sweat. He is going. Why are you doing so much for me? Oh, I love the upbeat music. How fitting. It's literally slowly energized. It's slowly energizing you. I love it. It's like a Disney movie. Um, remember Mother's Day in 5th grade? School had this cruel idea of making us all write letters of gratitude for our mothers. That's messed up. The rest of us wrote about how we missed her, or how we would have liked to meet her just once. Well, Oka started crying and couldn't write anything. But you know what you wrote? You're not with us, Mom, but that made us siblings grow even closer. Oh, so thank you. Oh, oh. Until then, I've never even thought that not having a mom could ever have a positive effect on a family. You've always been the one sibling or family could never do without. Ah, you were always smiling, full of positivity. You even smiled when you fell and hit a head on your rock. Honestly, I assumed that your head was empty, no thoughts. But as I saw you work out every single day, training day and night without ever complaining, I came to realize you're a monster of hard work and determination. So it gives you the endless positivity. Your heart does hard work. Promise me one more time that you won't push yourself too far. Don't make me regret this. He's such a good Oni-chan. He's such a good Oni-chan. Shit, that was actually really good. I actually felt a little emotional reading that. Wow. Oh no. The girl's freaking out. My queen. Minami. Best girl. Shiunji. Damn, he bowed down. See, he pulled a Kazuya. He pulled a Kazuya. He bowed to the floor and he's like, please let her play. That's a very Kazuya move. I do think it's not as like, it's not the same as Kazuya's. I will admit. I think it's much more formal. And yes, while he is bowing, it's not quite the same. Kazuya, when he does this kind of stuff, he's okay looking pathetic. And it's a transformation. At first, he does it looking weak. And then he does it like seemingly in front of a crowd of people. But the way Arata does it, it feels more formal and traditional. He feels strong. It's reflected in his back and how he looks and how he does it, and how he immediately he does it. I think it's interesting. It's interesting. There's a difference between how Arata does it and how Kazuya does it, but there is a similarity. Please let my sister play. You're her brother, but still. I realize that I'm doing is really out of order, but she wants to play today, and I want to see it happen. Please, my sister may have a long career ahead of her, but this match is just as important to her. Oh, the music is good too, and now she feels determined. I love the formal yet informal approach. I love how each character kind of has a role in the family. Um, uh, what's his name? What's his name? Oh, sorry. Cyber Demon, drama tomorrow, but Doom is eternal. Gotta go now. Great stream, great stream. Oh, take care, Cyber Demon. Have a good day. Have a good day. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. As I was saying, I love how everyone in the family has a role to play, and I'm starting to kind of notice these roles slowly. Like Shion is kind of the guide of the family. He's like, we go here, we go there. They always turn to him to be their guide. Um, and like Bonri is the driver, she is the lead, she takes them places. Kono is like the person who keeps track of the time. Uh, what else? We have the person who gives like solutions, being Siha, and then Auka is the one who arranges everything together. All of them kind of have roles in the family, which is kind of cool. Hmm. Best of three set match. Ooh, she looks serious. Take it easy, Minami. No need to panic. I'm gonna win. Oh, the heartbeat. Calm down. It's not about winning. Oh my god. Calm down, calm down. Arata, my boy. Oh, her twin. It's so fitting that the first person she hears is her twin, Shion. That's so fitting. Not Arata, not anyone, her twin. And then the rest of her siblings cheering her on. I love how they all do it in their own way. These two, even, I think that's a very important thing I want to point out. Um, what's her name? Kono like yells it out. Kono actually isn't Sumi. She can yell. She just appears very shy. Aoka just naturally cheers. She's like a big sister, and then Sia just has a beat me thing. Doesn't give a fuck. I love it. Shut up. Oh yeah, they can't cheer here. They have to be quiet. That's so interesting. That's so interesting. They can't cheer. They have to be quiet. All right, now she's focused. Oh, the animation. What the fuck? Love 15. Jesus fucking Christ. This animation is crazy. This shit puts some of these tennis animes to shame. What the fuck? This shit puts some tennis animes to shame. What the fuck? Jesus. Jesus. Ooh, I felt that. I felt that. Was that an out? Oh no, that was in. Oh, oh, the fucking dude, the like crunching her leg as she's turning. Oh my god, that was brutal. That was brutal. Someone brought up that the Feiji family would be better if the sisters had individual love interest instead of all of them liking Arata. Do you agree with that? No, I don't. The point is, um, to challenge that concept rather than all of them to have individual love interest. But as a challenge to what you just said, Shion has a girlfriend. Like he's not one of the sisters, yes, so he has a girlfriend. It's also implied that Bonri also has someone she's seeing. Bonri being the oldest one, makes a lot of sense. That there's a constant implication that she's seeing someone. So we don't know who that is yet, but it's not all the sisters and stuff deal with it in different ways. Minami as a character doesn't really care, right? Initially, she's not in love with Arata. She doesn't really care about that. She's just really into her sports. Aoka has a fundamental attachment to Arata because of the fact that they're supposed to be twins, but she doesn't fully grasp that idea. Siha, in contrast, is completely cut off from kind of everyone. She's still a sister to them, but she's kind of cut off. She's all focused on her books and stuff because Siha doesn't know how to connect to people. And then you have what did I list? I talked about oh yeah, Kono is the only one I didn't talk about. Kono is the one that is almost completely defined by her love for Arata. So I think it's not a fair assumption to say that like all the sisters need individual love. That's a generalization. That's not a fair argument. That's a generalization of the characters and why they ultimately end up falling in love with Arata. And it's complicated, right? Reiji frames some of them falling in love with him as not a good thing, right? In fact, almost all of them are in some ways not framed as a completely good thing. Especially Aoka and how she deals with love. The manga, the way that the deal with it later on is very important, and it kind of shows like what she's doing is kind of wrong. Um, in terms of Minami is like the least offensive of the bunch. She is like actually the seemingly good sister in the scenario. And then Kono is a little bit more messy, but she's just a kid, right? Whereas Aoka is around Arata's age. And then Banri, Siha is another one. Siha's really cute, actually. The way they're handling, the way Rishi's handling Siha is super, super cute. I really like how they're handling Siha, especially because she doesn't really understand what she's feeling, and she's trying to contextualize it in a similar way as Chizuru. Um, let's see. Uh, have you checked chapter 49? We see something similar. Oh, you mean when Chizuru reaches for mommy's hand and she's like, "Wait." Yeah, it does look pretty similar, right? I do agree. You're right. It does look pretty similar. It looks a little different, but it does look similar. I do know what you're talking about. I probably see that comparison as well. Okay, let's keep going with this. We're almost done. There's only like 5 minutes left. We gave it our best. Oh, did they lose in the end? Ah, she lost. I love that they don't show Minami losing. We hear about it afterwards. We hear about Minami losing afterwards during like um the evening time. But we don't show her losing because she didn't lose. Minami didn't really lose. She won. At least in competing. She got to compete and that's why she won. Minami. And I lost. Maybe we would have won if we'd gone with the original lineup. I won't blame you all if you come down hard on me after this. Oh, so I'm sorry now, son. If you want to hit me, please just slap me. Oh, you dumbass. She cares too much about other people. Closes her eyes. Thank you so much for everything, Minami. Oh, we ever could be this far if it weren't for you. You put your body on the line to play today. You've always been there to lift the team spirit, and for that, on behalf of the whole team, thank you. But right now, all I can do is pray this match doesn't hurt your future prospects. Oh, thank you for helping us, helping me dream so much bigger. Oh, oh, God, the animation. They get it. Think Minami can come home with us? She'll probably head back to school with the team first. I feel like we shouldn't leave her alone. Her match decided the outcome of the whole tournament. Oh, The mood's gonna be all awkward, I bet. Arata, my boy. Oh, she's sitting alone in a forest. There you are, Minami. Whoa. Whoa. Look at her. Up to this point in the manga and the anime, we've literally never seen Minami like this. Damn. The silence and just the wind and the breeze. Ah, she just noticed him. She was kind of lost. Damn. Oh wait, oh god, oh god. I love this. The little twists of his skin, his expression, the way the shot blurs around his eyes to emphasize them more. Wow. This is how you take a manga and elevate it. This is how you take or not elevate it, but like place it into the anime medium. This is how you take a manga and place it into the anime medium because the manga still has its own charms and things it's doing very very well that the anime simply cannot replicate. But how it's doing this is so impressive. Let's go home. Yeah. Hold up, Minami. Aw, he gave her a hug. Anime fans, he's such a Chad. He's such a Chad. He's so cool. Like to be fair, this is cool, but damn, what a good bro. I told you, please stop lying. Go ahead and cry if you want to. Oh, I took them on a private chat. Would they forgive me? Oh, the music, the fucking music. Shit. Shit, that was pretty good. And it just ends there. Shit, that was pretty good. That was That was pretty good. I got emotional, not enough to want to tear up, but to be fair, I haven't fully invested in this manga slash anime, so I feel like if I had watched it proper and like actually saw the build up and how much Minami was struggling through it, I would have like actually maybe gotten a bit emotional here. So I think it's not fair to judge it as I am, but I felt the emotion welling up. They did a good job. It also doesn't help that I'm fucking talking. If I'd seen this as I was watching it, like normally, I wouldn't be talking as much, so I would have actually felt more emotion. It sort of remind me of the youth baseball days, loading up in a van with my cousins to go home games without the romantic backdrop, of course. But there isn't really so much romance in this, right? Like Plato, the romance isn't really present in this, right? That was never the point of this scene. Minami doesn't fall in love with Arata here. It's not about her love for Arata. It's about her. Too many people kind of misunderstand that. Reiji, the way he writes female characters is fantastic because it's not just about, ooh, who are they in love with? No, this is all about Minami. They're literally just being her family, right? Like Arata hugs Minami here, but it's not about him, right? It's not about him. He's literally just telling her, just let it out, just let it out. Like he's doing it in his own way, but it's not about the romance. There's no romance here. This is just about Minami herself and like what she wants to do and who she wants to become and being true to herself. And so I think it's a very unfair assumption to say it's just that. And I do agree with you. It's supposed to evoke that feeling, loading up into a van. It's like your whole like it reminds me of like older family movies from like the 2000s where they all like go on trips and stuff and do stuff like that. It feels like kind of like that. And so I do think like he's definitely nodding to that. He's really creating that sense of family, and it shows that Reggie has a family of his own, and that he's probably done this in some way, shape, or form. It's ironic that harems are very popular in anime, considering the polygamy is illegal. Sorry, just one sec. Um, so I don't know how to tell you this. Lawless bacon. Polygamy is not illegal. Yeah. I don't know where you're from, but it's not illegal. It's not a thing. Um, I even remember like uh Joey the anime man interviewed a dude who had like multiple wives. It's not illegal. I don't know if he has like multiple wives or just multiple women that he's with, but yeah, like if you're just talking solely about having multiple wives, like not necessarily. Like you don't even have to marry the person. Plus, polyamorous relationships are very common. But the point of harems more often than not isn't that all of the girls are gonna win. It's more so about having this like weird fantasy about having a bunch of women surrounding a man and all being in love with him. And then one in the end, they come full circle back to a romance where only one of them wins. It's all like I don't remember if Love Hina's would popularize that. I know Maison Ikkoku was like the original big romance that everybody like nods to, but I don't know if Love Hina's will popularize the harem genre. Lawless Bacon, most harems are just love triangles, common stable in rom-com, so the polygamy aspect is kind of irrelevant. Yeah. Minami dealing with something real without her aloof demeanor, chef's kiss. Yeah. Anime fans, oh look, Arata doing basic shit. Oh look at his aura farming. um, I have been watching Girlfriend despite having a huge into harems. It's quite funny. I don't know if it's enough to fully convert me to watch other ones. I will definitely watch Shiunji. Girlfriend makes fun of harems, and it is like very, very different from harems in general, especially because he's dating all of them, which does not happen in harems. In harems, it's about who's he going to decide to be with in the end. Girlfriend is like, no, like all of the girls deserve autonomy and love, and I will date all of you. And it's stupid. It's very stupid, but he's literally dating all the girls, and that's what makes it funny. Um, so yeah, girlfriend is a subversion of that trope, and Reiji nodded to girlfriend in chapter 283, because when chapter 283 comes out, it's the last it came out at the same time as the last chapter of girlfriend, where it had spoilers, him getting together with all of the girls. Shocking. Whereas in 283, Kazuya just picks Chizuru. He's just with Chizuru. All he cares about is Chizuru. His world is consumed by Chizuru, and not every other girl. Let's see. Girlfriend is mid low key. The ending was ass. Girlfriend is like some of the funniest shit I have ever fucking read. But it's not exactly like the greatest story ever told. It's not. It's not an amazing story. It's just really funny. It's like actually made me laugh out loud reading it. It's really really fucking funny. And the way they deliver the jokes in the anime is just as funny. It's more about comedy. If you've read Hiroyuki's other works, most of it is comedy. It's mostly comedic. Hiroyuki is mostly a very comedic artist. Um, so, uh, polygamy, um, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can date multiple people in Japan, and there's no issue with that. But marrying more than one, it's probably like illegal. But who fucking cares? He's gonna date them all anyway. I'll concede your point. The MC is really idiotic, but it is kind of but I think that's fun. I like the shows that can scream at the characters. The point of whatever his name was from girlfriend is that he's idiotic. How behind am I in terms of latency? Should be on low latency, so you guys should be seeing like what I'm seeing really quick. But I don't know. Okay, so we went through a lot. Let's look at chapter 49 really quick, because someone mentioned chapter 49 and its similarities to the current chapter, which you are correct in a lot of ways now that I think about it, because Chizuru stops Mami on a bridge, uh, where just like Kazuya and Chizuru actually walked onto a bridge. Now that I remember, let's pull it back up. So let's see here. They start walking. Yeah, they're on a bridge. They're on a pier. They're on a pier. And yeah, look at that. Look at the pier they're walking onto. And this is what they're referencing. There's still something I have to say. She stops Mommy. Is Kazuya serious? Have you ever been serious about him? Did you ever actually let him love you? Did it ever cross your mind that he may be the person? Your mind that this may be the person that will make you truly happy. And then she pulls his hand away. The difference is Chizuru grabs Mommy's hand forcefully to stop her. Whereas with Kazuya, she puts her hand over his. Again, a lot of these are comparable. You're not wrong. But the way Chizuru grabs his hand is very sensitive and weak. But it reflects her love and how scared she is. Right? It is very similar to that, right? This kind of similar to this. More detail. Um, there's clearly more detail in this one, right? Let's see chapter 48, the end of chapter 48. Hmm. Yeah. It's more desperate. Here it's a bit more shy, but yeah. Right. You can even see it in the bubbles. The bubbles are like sharp and intense here. This is more right. It's a little different. I wonder what chapter he's specifically nodding to, but it seems like it's nodding to a lot, as it is a culmination of chapters. So yeah. Ugh, pickle Rick. Blech. I'm not a fan of I forgot what the show is called. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't like the comedy and the writing and the way it presents itself. That's a personal thing. If you enjoy it, it's all yours. It's just a personal thing, right? But yeah, I've watched a little bit of the show. I wasn't super crazy about it. Okay, so yeah, we watched the Shiunji family episode. It was really good. Uh, we also got to read the chapter, which was also really good. Rick and Morty isn't for everyone. Yeah, it just wasn't for me. Reiji shared this image uh, on this is the newest volume, I believe. And then yeah, he said this earlier. I also find it really interesting. He usually does these like he usually makes multiple posts talking about the series, but here he stops. He only says it once and he shuts up and just takes it all in because they did such a good job. I think that's really interesting. Okay, I think that oh god, we're turning away now. Oh god. All right. So yes, this was a great chapter. That was really good. And I think that's it for now. Ooh la la. uh, wait a second. I want to talk right here. Okay, so we're gonna stop for now. I'm gonna see if I can work on a few different things. Maybe I'll make this into a video I can upload really quick for people to watch. Um, and then stream schedule for this week. I'll be streaming tomorrow because we're gonna do the discussions. Um, I gotta check what time I'm off tomorrow. It'll probably be a 4 o'clock stream, maybe. I think so. Uh, I'll have to double check it. I'm not 100% sure. I'll upload a thing for it later today, so you guys know what time I'm streaming. And then if there's any other news that's worth a stream, I'll stream. But for now, it's just today and tomorrow. If I have time for another stream, I'll stream. I'm off Thursday, so I might do a small stream then. I don't know what we would do, but I could do a small stream on Thursday because I'm off. But yeah, that's kind of it for now. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Um, Probably already subscribed and did all that stuff already if you're watching me stream. But yeah, that's kind of it. This was fun. I need to eat something. I haven't eaten breakfast yet, and it's already 11. Oh my god, it's 11 o'clock. I started at like 8:30. Could you squeeze a hate video reaction tomorrow? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I've been wondering when we should watch the Mother's Basement video. So maybe we could do that one tomorrow. I guess I could call that's a good one. I don't know when we would do it cuz like I want to do that's hard. I'm wondering if I should keep the reactions the hate video reactions separate from the chapter breakdowns cuz like tomorrow the point of the second stream is to do a serious like because Reddit posts their serious discussions, which we would go and read, and some Japanese fans post their commentaries and breakdowns, which we would also go and read. So that's kind of what we would be doing. I think there's one Japanese fan who might already actually have a post they made. So let me go find that really fast. I'm pretty sure there's already a Japanese fan who made some sort of post today. Ooh, got the got the mini cover. Let me just toss that in. Sorry, just one sec. I think we can do one last thing before I end today. Let's see here, communities. There it is. What the hell is going on back there? Okay. Let's see here. Deep L. Control C. I'm gonna move you guys over here. What the fuck? Why are we playing my first ever video? Fucking first ever fucking video. Thanks. Okay, where were we? There we go. Let's see. Morning, Big Mouth is annoying as fuck. The first season was funny, but it got old fast. I watched Big Mouth briefly with a friend who really liked it, which helped me like it, but then I kind of stopped. I realized I didn't care for it after that. It makes sense. It all aligns with the content of your stream tomorrow. You'll cover both discussions, positive and negative. But no, I don't fully agree because one is about a chapter and one is about the series as a whole. That's a little different. More Kanokari Doomer video reacts to the future would be great. Yeah, I'll do them, don't worry. Because I have to get through that playlist I made. But I just don't know if that should be in the same stream or not. I guess I could try. If we have the time, I'll try it. I gotta ask. Door picture. Waiting for Kazuya. Me too. Paradise Delusion. The answer. Tomorrow. I have to stay home. After this, I don't know what I'm going to do. But are you sure? You have it, don't you? I want to go. Yes, I want to go. The answer. Me so hard. Just one more drink. Oh, wait. This is the wrong one. Did they not post the new one? This, uh, it's not the new one? When the date. This isn't the new one. This was May 13th. Today's like the 20th. I guess they haven't posted it yet. Wild. Okay, so I guess we don't have anything to actually go through. Oh well. Oh well. It is what it is. It happens. Okay. Great video, great stream all. I had fun. I hope you all had fun watching. We'll stop for today. I'm gonna see if I can make a video out of this stream, and I'll go from there. With that said, I've been Fate, and remember, it's Mosey. I'll see you guys another time. Remember, this is for the video. Remember to subscribe and like button and the bell icon. Keep up with the uploads. And if you guys are interested in these, I'm making my streams live. I stream my reaction to the chapters live, so you can go and check those out and see what I have to say as we're reading through it. I don't know if you guys. I don't have YouTube on the thing, so you can't actually see the comment section here, so won't worry about that. But yeah, I'll see you guys another time. And remember, that's Mosey. See you later. All right. Take care, all. I'll see you another time.